Have you ever wanted to sail on one of the brand new cruise ships, but you also wanted to have an incredible deal at the same time? In this video, we have discovered some amazing deals on the hottest new ships coming out over the next couple of years, and we're going to share that with you right now. Hey, I'm Mark,
And I'm Monica.
and we've been traveling the world full time for the last 2 years, and we do a fair amount of it on cruise ships. Put together a video, the link down below, of some really great strategies that you can use to find some great pricing on the ships listed here, which are some of the best ships coming out over the next 2 years or so.
The newest ships are always the most expensive. And they've got all the bells and whistles, all the technology, cool features, the things that are in very high demand. People anticipate the launch of a new ship for a year or more.
What I have on the screen here is I did some work for all of you.
Mhm.
The last video, we told you how to get good deals, but we decided this video, let's do the work for you. I looked at 100 sailings of each one of these brand new ships from MSC, from Princess, from Virgin, from NCL. You get the idea here on the list. And this is the average price per day, double occupancy for a balcony stateroom. If you watch some of our videos, a lot of times we have deals at $200 per night, 250, sometimes even down as low as 100. Yes, these are more expensive, but this is the average price. And you can see the lowest price is MSC World America and
Mhm.
Disney way up at the high end, close to $900 per night. It's still incredible value when you think about other ways that you can travel. You still get your hotel, basically, your entertainment, your food, your transportation. It's still a great deal. But yes, these new ships are always going to be the most expensive, but people want to be on them. And I have a feeling a lot of you would want to be on these. So the reason I want to show you these prices is because we're going to take these prices and see if we can beat these. Then you'll know that you have a great deal. So this is not about the lowest price sailing or the lowest price cruise. This is about finding incredible value on these amazing new ships that are coming out. So the first one I want to point you to is Celebrity Excel. And I'm going to show you some pretty great deals on Celebrity Excel. And I've got deals on all of these to come in this video. Think about $490. That's the average price per day for two people. Let's jump in with the first deal that I want to share with you. Can we beat that 490 per day? Look at this. Already out of the gate, we beat the price by a lot. This balcony, $320. By the way, that's beating it by $170 per day, the average. Times it by 16, which is the length of this journey. So already we've saved you over $2,000 over the average on this very first one. You know how we did? By focusing on a new ship on a transatlantic. There's incredible deals on transatlantic sailings, including on brand new ships. So if you ever want to be on a brand new ship for about the lowest price possible, look into whether they're doing a crossing. This one is in October to November 2026. You start in Barcelona, you end in Miami, and you've got some great stops along the way. Quite a few sea days, so you have to enjoy the sea days. But these are the kind of ships you want to have sea days. There's so much to do. And by the way, I wanted to show the price on Aqua Class because Aqua Class is 472, which gets you your own private dining room. It gets you special spa access, a better room, better amenities, better perks. And look at this, it's actually below the average for a regular balcony on the Celebrity XL. So you can actually upgrade the standard of maybe the cabin that you choose and still pay a little bit less than the average. I've got more deals on the brand new Celebrity XL.
The cool thing about transatlantic cruises is they go in both directions. So here's the same ship in April of 2026. So in the spring, and it's going back the other way, Fort Lauderdale to Barcelona and hitting some great ports along the way, like the beautiful Azores, Lisbon in Portugal, Cartagena in Spain, and Mallorca as well.
Look at the pricing, 380. We did it again, right? Beat the
Mhm.
price by a lot. $110 per night savings over 15 days. That's $1,500 less than the average. And
Yeah.
Aqua Class, you can get in there as well. A little bit above the average, but what a big upgrade potentially in your cabins. It's not just about transatlantics. Maybe you don't have the time. Maybe you're not looking to go from Fort Lauderdale to Barcelona. Here's nice and easy, really convenient. Out of Miami, 1 week, Celebrity XL, right? December 2026. You got the dates on the screen, the stops as well. You got several sea days, which that's exactly what you want on a ship like this. And again, the balcony at 404, or push yourself into Aqua Class, and you're still right in the typical average for a balcony.
One final Celebrity Excel deal for the Caribbean is going to be one out of Miami as well that goes to the Eastern Caribbean, Miami to St. Martin, Tortola, and the British Virgin Islands, and Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic before heading back to Miami.
Some stops that people don't always hit. Tortola is not on every itinerary. This is quite nice and super easy to get to Miami in and back, well below the average at 408 for a balcony. So there is a way to get on these ships. Yes, they do cost more than the typical ship that's been out for 5 or 10 years, but you can save quite a bit if you know where to look. So, one of our big keys of advice is book early, adjust later. What we mean by that is rates almost never go down on these ships that have been around for a while. Sometimes they do. The cruise lines know they can fill these up. They put, like Monica said, tremendous amount of promotions, advertising behind these. So it's better to book it now, get it on the books. You can always rebook if the prices go down. In our video that we did a few days ago, we gave you strategies on this, but I always say lock it up now because really huge chance you will not see this price again. Let's go over to the beautiful new Star Princess. This is the second in a series of really the breakthrough ships for Princess. They've had the Sun Princess out for about a year or so now. So Star is coming online next. Watch that video down below where we give you the release dates on all these ships. But this one is going towards the end of this year, October 2025. You're going Barcelona on a transatlantic. This one, Balcony 276. If you remember, you probably don't. I had a look too. The average price was 381. So right here, 276, you're over $100 less per night on this balcony cabin. Over 14 days, that's $1,400 in savings, double occupancy. Now, I know some of you are solo travelers. This video, we're focusing on double occupancy, but these same formulas will pass through to you as well. And we'll do another video in the future on special deals for our solo travelers on these brand new ships. Look at this though. You can jump up to a mini suite and it's just a little bit over what a typical balcony would cost on this same ship. So why not be on this brand new ship, which is incredible? You got some great stops. You end up back in Fort Lauderdale after a little European vacation, save a ton of money along the way, and you get yourself onto a new ship. Obviously, you can see one of our big other tips besides booking early, consider repo cruises. Lots of big savings. If this can work for you on any one of these ships that crosses the Atlantic, cruise lines are putting some of these ships over in Europe and in the US. And that means that you get 2 crossings per year on several of these ships.
Sometimes it's not just a transatlantic, it can be a movement of a ship. For example, this year, for Virgin's Brilliant Lady is debuting, and next year she'll be transitioning from New York all the way through the Panama Canal and then up the coast to Alaska.
So what that means really is you have these position changes, but sometimes they're down the coast, sometimes it's Trans-Pacific, sometimes it's through the Panama Canal. Those are all basically repos. So they're not always, like Monica said, transatlantics. Almost always we see good deals on those type of movements of the ships. If you dig a little bit, and that's something that we do a lot for people that come to us, you can find some really cool sailings like that. If you didn't want to do a repositioning type of cruise, we got the same Star Princess. You got a 7-day Western Caribbean Fort Lauderdale loop in and out of Fort Lauderdale, January 2027. Once again, look at the savings, under $300 under the normal average for this. This is significant savings. And if you want to jump into a suite, here you can start at 611. Now, understand the pricing that I'm sharing with you here today includes all of the standard inclusions. It doesn't include gratuities and any upgrades you want to add. And a lot of these cruise lines have really neat packages you can add on for drink packages, for Wi-Fi, but that's all optional and extra. You don't have to spend those. If you want to have a better balcony higher up, more midship, it may cost a bit more than you see on the screen, but this gives you a really great starting point of what's possible.
And what a cool itinerary this one is. It's only a 7-day cruise out of Fort Lauderdale, but it goes to Honduras, Belize, and Mexico.
Let's look at another one on Star Princess. Another really cool thing, opportunity on Princess, we notice a lot of times they market their sailings with basically back-to-backs together. Now, you can do back-to-backs on really all ships, but I like what they do a lot of times. Princess will market it like this. So this is actually 2 sailings together. That's why it's 14 days. But if you have more time, you go in and out of Fort Lauderdale, Roatan, Belize, Cozumel, Grand Turk, no repeating in the 2 weeks other than Fort Lauderdale. That's your only repeat. And you can see here, balcony 305. Think of your savings almost $100 per night. Over 14 nights, you're saving over $1,000 doing it this way. And why not jump up to a mini suite or even a suite well under $1,000 on this one in 2027?
One additional one we've got is Turks and Caicos and the Dominican Republic on the Star Princess. The balcony on this is averaging around 328 a night.
Still well above average, and you get some cool stops along the way. Let's talk about another star. Royal Caribbean has their brand new ship coming out, the Star of the Seas. This is the second in the Icon class. It's a crazy ship. It's got so much to do. This is the one also you probably want some sea days, and it's expensive. Remember, the average was 625. So this one you can get onto for 538 starting from, and even a mini suite. I know it's expensive. These Icon class ships are really expensive. Royal Caribbean has set the bar much higher on these ships, and they have filled them. You wouldn't think so with 7,000 people. Every sailing is going out at capacity. That's why you want to book these early. They're all booking up fast. But still, once again, we can get it below average. I looked at 100 sailings. This is one of the ones that really stood out. Orlando, Port Canaveral, basically round trip with a couple stops, and you can see some really great pricing in 2026.
I love this itinerary as well. So this is the 7-day Western Caribbean on the Star of the Seas. And look at some of these ports that it goes to. Costa Maya, Mexico, uh, Roatan in Honduras, Cozumel in Mexico, and then their private island, Coco Key. So you can have your perfect day at Coco Key. You're also looking at the tallest water slide in North America.
And this is another one of the Port Canaveral round trips. And
Mhm.
again, you can come in pretty well below average on the sailings on this ship at 546. You can jump into a mini suite if you want to splash out a bit more. And there are suites too. This one's in December 2026. So one big piece of advice that we have is use a travel advisor, whether you use us or somebody else. We really think it's a great way to save even more on these sailings. So what we're sharing with you can come with extra onboard credit. It can come with extra perks. It can certainly come with a lot more value. So you can be on these sailings and just receive more. Why not receive more if you're going to book? The reason for this is because some larger travel companies, like the one that we work with, have buying power. And you need a couple things in order to match up with the best deals. You need a little flexibility sometimes. And yes, sometimes just a little bit of luck, because sometimes the sailing you want to be on happens to have some of these special offers and you might get lucky. But if you're a little flexible, a lot of times we can adjust things a bit and find some really nice savings. So it's not always just onboard credit, it's sometimes specialty dinings, sometimes it's gratuities that are paid for you.
Mhm.
At times, it's secret savings where you can save on a sailing because we have some group purchasing power. So you just never know. And that's why I always say use a travel advisor because you're going to get everything that you'd get booking directly. You get great personalized service, but you can also get some extra perks, onboard credit, and savings. If you want us to help you out with your next cruise, you want to take a look at something, just go to digitalromance.com/cruising, put in a little bit of information there, and we're happy to personally get back to you and help you out on your next sailing and get you onto one of these amazing ships. Let's hop over to another new ship coming out from Royal Caribbean. This is the Legend of the Seas, the third in the Icon class. We happen to finally get ourselves booked on one of these. We're booked on the Legend of the Seas. The average price on a balcony is 616 starting at. Remember, these are just the entry level balconies. If you want to spend more, you can, no problem. But look at this one, $390. This is probably going to change quickly. So if you're interested in doing a transatlantic on an incredible new ship, late 2026, pretty amazing. You got a few stops along the way, tons of time to explore this massive ship. Instead of $600 a night or more, it's $400 a night. That's 200 savings per night. Over the average, that's $2,600 over the course of the 13 days. Or put yourself into a mini suite or even a suite. I know 1580 sounds like a lot for a suite, and I realize it is. It's not for everybody. If you looked at what these suites normally cost on Legend of the Seas, put a two in front of that, 2,500. The other thing I want to pass along is most of these ships tend to have some inside cabins and some ocean view. If you can do without the balcony, you absolutely will save on the prices we're sharing with you here today. So look, if you just want to be on the ship for the cheapest cost possible, think about those cabins as well. We always recommend to people you go balcony or above for the best experience. Plenty of people take inside cabins and ocean view and are more than happy. They just want to be on a ship. Any cruise is a good cruise. So if that's you, it's another way to save some money.
This will be the first time that Royal has home ported an Icon class ship in Europe. Legend of the Seas will be home porting there and exploring different ports in the Mediterranean. Look at some of these Mediterranean ports. We have, leaving out of Barcelona, we've got Mallorca, beautiful island, Marseille in southern France, and then in Italy, we have Florence, Rome, Naples.
And again, you've got a balcony at 516, so well below the average. Some of the sailings in Europe are actually coming in a little bit lower priced than the ones we saw in the Caribbean. You can even get into a, I know it's expensive, but it's pretty good value for a brand new ship, the Legend of the Seas, that'll be coming out as well. So you'll have multiple different European sailings to choose from. By the way, all of these dates are just samples. There are other dates that are priced similar, maybe a little bit higher. So don't feel like this is all that's available. But I really wanted to find for you the best ones that we could. There is some flexibility involved, and maybe we can get you onto one of those sailings where we've got some additional savings, some additional onboard credit. Just let us know on that. All right, looking at the Legend of the Seas again, this is in 2027 after the Transatlantic. Remember, that was an amazing deal. This one is a Fort Lauderdale loop, and this gets you down to that amazing private island that Monica showed you. And again, once you're coming in at lower pricing than the average at 566. The other thing is this is a 6-day. One of our tips is Do some sailings that are a few less days. If you do a 4 day, a 5 day, a 6 day, cost you a little bit less. You still get on the same ship and have an equally amazing experience.
I mentioned earlier Virgin's new ship, the Brilliant Lady. She debuts later this year in New York, and then we'll spend the next month sailing up and down the East Coast into some destinations like Quebec City and Boston and Charleston before heading south and then around to Alaska. This is a 13-day Canada East Coast itinerary on the Brilliant Lady.
And it's a great price. It's $300. Now, this one was special because I had to show you, you can get yourself into Rockstar Suites at 818. Again, we're not really seeing pricing like this. Most of the time, the Rockstar Suites are super popular on these Virgin ships. Don't forget the average balcony, about 70 or 80 sailings that I looked at, were about 475. So balcony here, $300. And again, over 13 days, that saves you every single night. And even if you went for a little higher cabin category, you're still going to see some of those equal savings. And why not splash out and even try this one on a Rockstar Suite?
Don't forget, on Virgin, your Wi-Fi is included, your gratuities are included, and specialty restaurants all included. So what an amazing value.
Brilliant Lady, 9 day, late 2026. This is part of that transit that Monica's talking about, where we start in the east and we start to make our way ultimately through the canal, up the west coast, into Alaska. But now we're down in the Caribbean a little bit later in 2026. Pretty amazing balcony pricing. Rockstar Suite, not bad. 1160 starting at that price. And this one hits their private island, which you see a picture of there. Bimini, people love it. And you get a couple extra days here. So if you want a bit more than the week long, this may be a way to do it on the Brilliant Lady.
Here's another one for the Caribbean, 12-day Southern Caribbean.
Balcony 378, once again, a great deal. And again, Rockstar Suite. Get yourself in a Rockstar Suite. You'll never want to go back. That's for sure. We did it one time. And
It's amazing. You can go up to Richard's rooftop every night and have your little happy hour that's all included with Rockstar.
once you're in Alaska, you've got this 8 day Alaska adventure. First time ever, Virgin will be in Alaska. So they'll do it really special.
Mm.
This one's towards the end of the Alaskan season, which is nice. This one starts in Seattle, ends in Vancouver. You can see balcony pricing, pretty reasonable, especially for Alaska. And Monica already shared with you everything that's included. A little bit higher on the Rockstar Suite, as you can see. We got you in a little bit cheaper on a few of the other sailings, but still maybe something to consider. But I think balcony is still very compelling considering how much is included. And you got 8 days in Alaska, and pretty much hard to beat. So be ready also for price drops. Another thing that we suggest is set alerts. Look, prices probably aren't going to go down, but there's always a chance they could. So there are websites out there that you can set your cruise and it'll alert you. By the way, when you book with us, we always monitor the pricing every single day, and we actually will notify you if pricing goes down. We'll work with the cruise line to try to get a price adjustment, an onboard credit to take advantage of that. So there really isn't any risk in booking early. All right, time to move on to another ship, MSC World America. This is the first time MSC has built a purpose-built ship for the US market. They have plenty of ships here, but this is the first time they're really placing a ship that's been designed bottom up for the US market. And it's going to stay in the US the entire year. This is August 2025, Miami round trip. It also goes to their private island. And look at the balcony starting price here. MSC has incredible value. However, one thing you might want to consider is the Yacht Club, which is a ship within a ship.
Mhm.
MSC is probably the ones to do it on because this one's about $1,000. You saw some of the other prices for the suites, and you get a Yacht Club experience. So it's a separate area. It's a ship within a ship, your own restaurant, your own areas, your butler, everything. It's pretty amazing. And these ships are the place to try that experience.
And all the way into 2027, we've got a 7-day Caribbean escape on MSC World America. This one going to Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and Ocean Cay, which is their private island.
And this one, once again, you can see really great pricing, even on a suite. Pretty amazing. And this time, the Yacht Club, we come in under $1,000 for a couple per night. If you want to splash out, get the suite experience, this might be the one to do it on. A little tip on MSC, get your loyalty number before you book. Typically, you'll save 5% off the pricing. It has to go in before you put the booking in. If you wait and you book and you don't have it, they may or may not honor it. Little tip on MSC, get that loyalty number signed up. Easy, takes a couple minutes on the website, and then do your booking and you'll save even more. Another sailing on MSC World America in 2025, Miami Loop. Some nice stops along the way. Once again, Yacht Club below $1,000, balcony below 300. And there's a lot more sailings. Okay, again, I don't want to limit you to these dates. You can see there's going to be a lot of choices for you. Another big tip we have is always maximize the onboard credits and the perks. Look for promotions, free onboard credit, upgrades, perks, etc. I just shared one with you on MSC, just the loyalty program alone. Or if you are loyal to any of the other cruise lines, go ahead and do that. MSC will match status And Virgin Voyages does as well. So think about that. We always have videos on this in our channel. Then let's hop on over to the Norwegian Aqua. This one's selling in 2025. 537 is the normal balcony. Again, lots of savings here, over $100 per night, 418. And again, the Haven. This is their suite experience. We've done the Haven once, ship within a ship. It's a completely different experience once you're in that part of the ship. It's a game changer once you try it. This one goes out of Miami, returns to Miami, hits some nice spots.
Yeah.
A lot of great savings. And if you're thinking about a mini suite or even the Haven, this might be one to do it on the Aqua. Looks like it's going to be an incredible ship.
Then we have a 5-day Bermuda getaway on Norwegian Aqua. This is an example of a shorter sailing where it will cost you less overall. This one goes out of New York to Bermuda and then back. So,
Get some sea days. The Haven price is more on this one,
mm,
but it's only 5 days. So if you do the price times five, it does bring it down. Same with the balcony mini suite. Take one of these for a few less days than the normal week, and your cruise total cost ends up being shorter. This is a way to enjoy the new ships, hit the top destinations, but save some money. We have a whole bunch of other tips. We'll put a video link down below. Strategies just like this and others to get you on these new ships and really any ship to save some money. But you can see some more on the screen. So go to that link down below. We go into more detail on when these ships launch, even a few more we didn't share with you here. There's some more ships that are coming, some pretty exciting ones, and we've got more ways to save as well. By the way, if you love to save money, this isn't about being cheap. This is about getting great value, whether you're booking yourself into an inside cabin, a balcony, or the Haven or the Yacht Club. Let's get value. Let's get the most we can for our money. That means we can travel even more. We put together a free download, digitalromance.com/free. More than happy to have you go over there, download it, and learn even more tips just like this. And if you don't mind, give the video a thumbs up. It helps us a lot. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, that would be awesome too. We really hope to see you out there on one of these cruises. We're happy to help. If you need any help with that, leave a comment down below. If you've booked yourself into any of these, or maybe we inspired, consider a booking. We would love to hear as well as everybody else. And with that, we're going to see you out there.
see you out there.